Welcome again to Eswakago YouTube channel, and this is the only channel where we encourage people, where we educate people, and where we inspire people. And on our today's video, I would like us to talk about writing your own story the way you want people to read and not the way you want people to feel about it or to view it. So many people, when they get the pen to write down their story, they want to write a story that will make people or gonna accommodate people's feelings, not their own feelings. When you are writing your story, you know the feelings, the true feelings, or you hold the true feelings of your own story. But because of the fear to be judged or the fear of being judged by people, most people accommodate. They want to live their life the way they want people to see them and not true to themselves. There is one thing I figured out in this life. If you want to go far in this life, if you want to live a true happy life, then you have to admit that you have to be true to yourself. You have to be very authentic with yourself. You have to be very honest with yourself. You can lie to people. You can frame things to look the way you want them to look out there in the eyes of other people. But one thing that remains true is that you will never ever lie to your own heart. The only way to live a life that is full of joy, a true joy, not how people rate you as a happy person. Most of the people we see out there as happy people, they are very sad inside. Most of the people we think they even have a beautiful heart because of the smiles they put on their face. Inside their heart, there is a hole as dark as the Bermuda Triangle. Something that if it was to be brought out, it is totally different with the structure that is put from the outside. I can do anything else in life. I can try probably, but I will never try not to be honest with myself. I cannot lie to myself. I cannot lie to myself. I know the truth. And I wanna write my story just the way it is, and the people that are gonna read it, they're gonna read the truth that is in my heart. The people that are gonna read it, they're gonna read it the way I want them to read it, but not the way they want to feel when they are reading my story. I like authenticity. If you would want to be a truly happy person, be authentic, be truthful to yourself, to your own heart. Be a person who stands up for the truth other than faking things that will never be. For example, let's say in this life, you have like 30,000 US dollars in your account and you are aiming at a project that's gonna cost you like $60,000. The truth remains that for the balance or deficit that is in between, you must come up with it before the project starts, or you will have to go and look for a lender that can give you the deficit and then you'll be paying back. That is the truth of the matter. But most people want to see it like, even though they have $30,000 and they need $60,000, they still good. No, you are not good. There has to be something that needs to be done. In order for you to be comfortable, in order for you to be truly happy in this life, you need to know where you are today, where you want to go, and then come up with what you need to do in between from where you are to where you want to go. If you cannot bring a solution between where you are and where you want to go, what are you going to take? How are you going to come up with it? How much is going to cost you? What is the duration that's going to take for you to be where you want to be? Then you will dwell here where you are right now up until the world will come to an end. I like sincerity. I like truth. I like being realistic. And that is how I write my story. And that is the only way to be contented in life, because you can be able to face things with a realistic with reality, and not just think things gonna be the way you want them, but you are not doing nothing about them. You are writing a totally different story because you owe people so much opinion in your life such that you want to make them more comfortable and make yourself fail because you cannot be able to handle your own life in a realistic way. Write your own story and people will read whatever you write. Don't worry about how they're gonna feel about it, because one, even if you write your story the way you want them to see it or to read it, they're still gonna judge it. They're still gonna question it. They're still gonna feel some type of way. But if you write it the same way you want them to read, they're still gonna judge it. They're still gonna feel some type of way. They're still gonna be uncomfortable about it. They're still gonna think you could have said it this way or that way. But to be truly happy in your life, you need to know how to write your story exactly the way you want people to read about it. You don't want to be involved with such certain things, then that is you. Write it down and they're gonna read it and they will cope with it. They either cope with it or they just leave you alone. There are two things that can happen. They either adjust or they just leave you alone, because you have to live your own life the way you want to live it. If that is the way that can help you to live happily. But as I conclude this, do not forget to be truthful with your own heart in everything that you pursue in this world. You can go for things, you can go for properties, you can go for people, but at the end of the day, we ain't gonna be in this world forever. We are here in this world for a limited time. And in order for you to achieve and to live realistically, then you need to be real with everything that you do. Even though it is your life, you need to be realistic, and you also need to live a life that is worth. It is only one time living. Remember that. So make it as much worth as you can. Add so much value in your life as you can. So at the end of it all, you will have lived, even if you lived 30 years and you have achieved or you have accomplished your mission, you lived. People think because you are old, you are blessed. Not quite sure, not quite true, because Jesus only lived for 30 years and he accomplished the mission. The question should be, no matter how many years you are living, are you gonna accomplish the mission, the purpose, why God placed you on planet Earth? Because you were born with a purpose. You were born with your own purpose. It is only you who can be able to accomplish it. So you have so much that the world is waiting to hear from you. The world is waiting to see from you. The world is waiting to receive from you. Be you. Write your own story the way you want people to read it and not the way you want them to view it or to feel about it. Cheers, guys.